VPC endpoint. Now, any idea about what is VPC endpoint?
No.
Okay, so we have done something already. Exact diagram, where is that? Yes, this one. See, what we have done, are you able to see this?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so see what we have done. We have created one VPC. Under that VPC, we have created two private IP addresses, two private and public subnets. And under that public subnet, we have created one EC2 machine. Then we have created one EC2 machine and under private EC2. We have one route table and also we have an internet gateway for internet connection. So these all are things we have already done. We tried to access this machine, that private machine, from public machine also, right? We have done that. Now for example, and one more thing, I already told you, we have a AWS CLI and we have a AWS command line option for Windows machine, right, where we can configure our AWS and we can access AWS resources with the help of commands, right? So if I wanted to access the EC AWS resources like S3 bucket from this private machine, so are we able to access that? How we are going to access it? I already told you we have done these things already. Just apply little bit logic and just give me the answer if you are able to follow that.
So you are saying from private EC2 we have to connect with S3 bucket.
Yes.
Okay, so we have to create the S3 bucket in the particular VPC.
S3 is not VPC specific. We are not selecting any network while creating a S3. So it's completely outside the VPC. As the image says, and while console also, if you remember, we never select
Yeah.
any network.
So we have to create the NAT
Why you require NAT? Means what
to go to
benefit,
the internet.
and why you want to
So
travel to internet for accessing
because
S3?
S3 bucket is in, we can access S3 bucket through the internet. It's not EC2 specific. We can uh,
Okay, so leave about S3 now. Let's just take another service. Let's just take DynamoDB. It's a database, okay? DynamoDB, sorry. DynamoDB. Then if I want to access DynamoDB, then
uh,
from this,
through EC2 private.
yes.
And uh, so DynamoDB is also like it's a different service here, right? I
Yes.
don't know much about DynamoDB. So
Okay, then it's fine. So, see, somehow you are correct, but something is wrong. The NAT gateway part was correct, but this is required internet access as global. That's a different part. That's related
okay,
with the bucket. See, the concept here is, I'll tell you the exact concept. What happened, all the resources which is coming and falling under the same network, we can access them with private IP. So we are able to communicate with each other with the help of private IP, as S3 is outside the network. And if we want to access anything outside the network, we need to use the public path. And whenever the public path will come, we required internet. Okay, so how are going to access that? We will create as a general lab which we have done. We will create NAT here, and we will update the root table of public subnet with the NAT path, and with that we will access that. But still there will be one problem which I'll show you in the lab, and you need to guide tell me that what exactly that problem is. So this will be the one option, but there is another solution is available in AWS which is almost free of cost. So let's just start with the lab, and then you will understand what we are trying to create. See, I have already created one VPC in our previous demo, so we are not going to create again VPC part. Okay, so we have one VPC available with us which is having all the configurations. Now, so let's just go inside the instances and launch two instances, and this time I am launching a Linux instance because I want to show you this type of connection. In last lab when I was showing that NAT gateway thing, I guess, where I have shown you with the Windows machine, right? Now let's just try the same thing with Linux machines also, how we can connect one Linux machine with from another Linux machine. Okay, so let's just quickly create two Linux machines. One is in public, let's just create another one in private. Okay, so we have created two virtual machines. So let's just log in. Public. What happened? Okay, my username was incorrect. I have typed wrong spelling of user. Okay, so now we have created, see, we have already virtual machine. Okay, so we have already having one virtual machine. Under that two subnets, under this subnet I have created one machine. Till now this much task I have done. Now we have another machine here, and if I want to access this from here, what is the command? So the command is ssh -i keypair.pem and the username @ private IP. Okay, private IP is just for this demo. But if you want to access any of the EC2 machine with the public IP address also, you can go ahead. But right now we are as doing this private path thing, so we can access that with the private IP also. So this will be the command. Now how we can apply that command inside this machine to access this machine. Okay, like I will apply that command inside, just pay attention. Okay, in this machine to access this machine. Okay, so now what I am doing, I will just, and one more thing, the key pair, this key pair is not present inside this machine. Okay, so what I need to do, first I need to create a PEM, sorry, it's a PEM. Okay, create this PEM file inside this, and whatever content it is required, we need to paste my private key content. See, this is my private key. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll just simply go inside this machine and I'll create one key pair. Okay, so I'll type any name you can give, it's not the bounded, key pair dot PEM. Okay, and enter, and just copy the content like this, and paste it. Okay, so key pair content is pasted. Now escape colon WQ, and so we have the key pair. Now see, this is my key pair, but see this permission. Okay, so this permission is too high for the key pair, right? Read write permission, so this is not acceptable. Always the key pair permission should be 400. Only read access should be there for the user, 400. These are some of the Linux access, right? So these file is having read write executable access at user level, group level, and other level. So right now what we are doing, user level is the first one, is the user level, second one is the group level, and third one is the other. And 4 means the read access, 2 means the write access, and I guess 1 is the executable. Okay, so if you have given a 700 permission, is like you are giving a full permission. 777 is the full permission for the file, but right now I want to give only the read permission to the user, not other than the user can go and access that. And which user? EC2 user only. So chmod 400 and the key pair name. Okay, so if I'll go ls-la again, if you see here, it was the read write and read, but right now it's changed to read only for the user. Now we have changed the permission, we have created our key pair. Now let's just try to connect with the machine. So type ssh, okay, -I. What is the key pair name? I have given key pair name. What is my username? So for other machine also we have the username EC2 only, right? So we'll type EC2 user only and @ and the private IP address of the second machine. Here we don't have public, so we need to copy the private IP and paste it here. Enter. So it is asking, do you want to add the fingerprint of the key? Yes, I want to add it here. Okay, so now see, right now in a 241 IP address you are in, earlier you are in the 115. So 241 is that Linux, second Linux IP address, and if you go and see this is the 151. So what you have done till now, you have accessed your private machine from the public machine. Are you able to understand here?
Yes.
Okay, so let's just quickly create one SC. So till now whatever task I have done, that was nothing new, we have already done. The only difference is we tried that with the Linux machine, but in last session we have tried with the Windows machine. That's the only difference. So let me just create a bucket. Let's just 1004. Okay, so here we have a bucket. Okay, 2023. So we have one bucket here. Now if I'll go and try to access that bucket from this machine, AWS S3 LS. Okay, see, it is saying that you don't have permission. So what we need to do, we need to pass our credentials. So one problem is we need to pass our credentials, and it will again the problem, right? Even if I'll pass my credentials, right? So let's just check that. What we are doing, we are trying 2 3 ways. Okay, so first way is it is asking for the AWS configuration. So let's just pass the credentials. So let's just have, already we have a user, so let's go inside that, and let's just give the permission to attach policy directly s3 full access. Next, add permission, remove that administrator permission from this John user, and let's just have the security credentials of this. Might be I have lost, so let's just generate one new credentials and understand. Yes, no, create. Okay, so we have the security credentials. So let's just copy this access key and let's configure it. AWS configure. Okay, enter and paste. Enter, copy and paste. US East 1. Okay, now we have passed our credential. Now let's just try and access that. See, still it is not giving the response. So why it is not giving the response? Because it is not able to travel and access outside the VPC. So what it required? It required NAT gateway. So let's just try and attach the NAT gateway. So let's just quickly go and create a NAT gateway. Create NAT gateway. So VPC NAT, and which subnet? Public subnet will create, associate elastic IP address and create NAT gateway. So it is taking 1-2 minute times. I don't know what is wrong, since yesterday NAT gateway is taking too much time to create. See, okay, so NAT gateway is now available. So let's just go to the private root table and attach this NAT gateway. See, the older NAT gateway is now black hole. Black hole means like it is not available. So just delete that and go under that NAT gateway, and you will get that new NAT gateway and save it. So now if you try and access that command again, see, it is able to show that. But as a good architect, one problem is you have opened your credential and you have given the NAT access just to access the S3, though it is in the same account. You are not doing anything, but still it's in the same account, right? We should have at least have something which will help me to access the resources in the same account. Yes, the capability is to access those resources which are in the same network. We can access that with the help of private IP or private path, but we can't access the services which is present in the same machine. So there is a two problem. One problem is we have open our credentials here, and the other one is the NAT gateway. So first, for resolution of the first problem, what we have, instead of this, what we can go, we can attach our roles, right? We will attach the role which will do the same job. So let's just go inside cd and sorry, in this dot aws, okay, LA. So we have a credentials file which is containing my credentials, right? So let me remove that rf credentials. Okay, so we have removed that. Right now we don't have any credentials now. So as we don't have any credentials, right, so what we will do now, if I'll try again and access that, it will not allow. It will say that you need to configure it. So what we will do, we just go into the EC2 machine, that second one, and we attach our role which we have already created. Under that role, what we are doing, we are giving EC2 to access S3, right? So we have attached the role here. If you'll go, and it will have the role. Okay, it is not showing here. Let's just see whether role is attached. Yes, role is successfully attached. Now if you go and access, see, now we are getting the same type of response. So one problem which we were having, that we are exposing our credential, we have resolved that here. Understood till here? What we have done, nothing new we are doing.
Yes.
Yes. Right?
Yeah.
Now the concept come. See, the problem is, just to access S3 we have attached NAT gateway, and you know that NAT gateway is chargeable, right? It's not the free of cost. So we have one more service available, that is VPC Endpoint in AWS, which help us to access some of the resources present in the AWS without internet connection, with the help of private machine, also private link or the private network. So what we need to do, instead of attaching a NAT gateway here NAT gateway, instead of this, we attach VPC endpoint with EC2 private subnet, and we are able to access this S3 bucket. Now how we are going to do that? So just first quickly remove that NAT gateway which we have attached. So just go edit root and remove this NAT gateway. So right now we don't have any NAT gateway access, and also we just go and delete that also, otherwise it is start giving me the charges. Okay, so my NAT gateway is deleted. Now if I wanted to access, so how we are going to access that? Even let's just go and remove that role also. See, right now let's just remove that role also. I don't want to give this extra functionality here. Okay, so detach, I want to detach this role. So right now again I am in the original position. So what we will do, we just go inside the VPC endpoint, and let's just understand. See, VPC endpoint are the two types, gateway endpoint and interface endpoint. Okay, so under interface endpoint, enable a connectivity to the services over the AWS private link, and gateway endpoint target the specific IP of the routes in the Amazon VPC route table. It's like if you want to get access with the help of a specific IP address, just go and with the gateway endpoint. But now as we have a link also, so we will try to connect with the interface endpoint, and they are available for some of the services. Okay, VPC endpoint, earlier it was having only for the DynamoDB and S3, but now they have enabled it for more services, as in when they are increasing their network, it is allowing us. But initially that is designed only for the S3 and DynamoDB. I don't know what was the exact problem they were facing, so that's why they have designed it for DynamoDB and S3. Might be this was the more use case people are using S3 with the private network, might be DynamoDB also they are using, but I'm sure DynamoDB people were using just to store the database, and always the database should be in the private subnet. So there might be a chances they are not able to connect, but with the S3 also they are storing the sensitive data, that's why they have created. But nowadays there are a lot of options are available to access your services. So let's just have the demo. So let's quickly go in the endpoint, and under endpoint create endpoint. Okay, demo endpoint, and under that endpoint we have a lot of options, but we will go with the AWS services specific. And there are again the lot of options available for the services accessing, but we are only going for the S3. It depends on the use case. See, under S3 we have a lot of option again, so I guess I need to select which one. I forgot that option, 1 minute. uh, 1 second. AWS S3 connect with endpoint. Sorry, VPC endpoint steps. Okay, maybe shayad I need to select the gateway one or the interface one. Let's just check that. Okay, this one .com. I need to select the gateway one option. Okay, so this is the only option we have for the gateway, this one. Okay, select that and select the VPC. This is my VPC, and see, it is saying just to associate that with the root table also. So I'm selecting that here. We will see what automatically they have entered in our root table. And always remember, just edit that in the private root table, because we are creating a private connectivity, not public, nothing to do with the public right now. Select that, and full access I want to give, we can customize also. Okay, so we have selected that part and create it. So it is creating, or is that created? Okay, it's created. And just go to the private root table and see what root they have created. They have created automatically this root, right? So they have created, so what root they have created? This line, this line, this one, this path. Okay, now if you go and try to run the same command here, okay, still not able to access, it will show. 1 second. mm, 1 second. It has to show me that access automatically. Mm, the destination is this one. Okay, so automatically everything got disconnected. Just a second. Yes. Now let's just try the same command because it might take some time, but it has to allow me. Oh, why it is not allowing? That's the problem. Endpoint I have created and I have attached with the private root table, private subnet. That's correct. Policy automatically created tag is there. Yes, everything was correct. Then what is wrong? I have not given the full access. Okay, let's just create one more and see what option we have selected. Demo S3 endpoint and services I have selected. S3 I have selected and the gateway S3 option was correct. VPC I have selected my VPC only and root table is private root table. We have not selected subnet here. It is not asking me to select the subnet, but it is already having that subnet associated, so that's fine. Create endpoint. Okay, it's already having that root, so that's okay, but it has to allow me. Okay, so the problem is, sorry, I'm not inside that machine where I'm trying to access. So first I need to again do the SSH and leave that part. I don't want to create one new root table, sorry, one new endpoint. Let's try to connect that. Hyphen I keyware and ec2 user at the rate, and what is my private IP of this machine? Copy and paste here, enter. So we are now inside. Now try AWS S3. Sorry.
My screen is frozen. Is it only with me?
Ashwati, are you able to see my
Ashwati, can
screen?
you able to see the screen?
No, Kanchan.
Where it is
Yeah, it's frozen where you are creating the endpoint.
okay.
Nah,
Yeah, now is this clearly visible?
no, it's still
Now
yes,
it's visible.
Okay,
yes.
great. So what I did, I just the thing what I was doing is I was trying to access. See, the previous lab, I don't know what was the problem, but it got stuck. So I need to again log in into that new machine, and I logged in into my private machine. Now again I'm trying to access. It has to work, but I don't know it was why it was not working. But AWS S3 LS, it has to show because we have created all the connections correct, but I don't know what's wrong here. That's what I'm trying to. Policy is attached it, otherwise the custom add new tag create, and to create a gateway endpoint using the command line. No, I don't want to create a command line. So everything is as per that documentation, but still. Okay.
I think it creates some policy automatically,
Yes, it has
but it's
created
not
already.
creating.
No, no, it's created. See, this is the policy it's created. All the policies are allowed. Automatically it has created for that. So I have not generated. But let's just try and delete that. Let's create once again and see whether we are doing something wrong or is there any issue. So create endpoint and let's just type demo endpoint here, endpoint. Okay, and I'm selecting AWS services. That correct? See, if you go and see here, it is showing to select the same option, right? AWS services, and services type gateway and select this region and S3. So let's go and type that. Either we can type a gateway or either we can type a S3. So both way it work. It is saying to select this one. Okay, like this option. Yes, I need to select that because this is only for S3 gateway. Now go and select the VPC. Yes, my VPC is selected. Now we need to select the root table. So this is my private root table and it is having my private subnet associated already. Okay, so go and I want to give the full access and yes, create endpoint. So we have created endpoint, right? Everything is correct now. So root table is selected, policy is generated, and let's just now try to access that. Why it is required credentials? It is not required. I don't know what's wrong. Just let me think again. Okay. Just 1 minute. Okay. So the problem is, yes, we need to pass the credentials here. Otherwise, it will not allow. But I don't want to pass the credential then. Are we able to access this with the help of roles? So let's just attach the roles and let's see whether we are able to access or not. Because we have not given any authentication. So that role is required. Yes. Why it is required? Because VPC and the EC2 is trying to access S3. Otherwise, it won't allow. If I'll go and access now, it will show me. Yes, that's the only issue. It is saying that you need to configure, so that point is correct. But right now, the what point is removed? This NAT gateway. Instead of this NAT gateway, we have created what we have created VPC endpoint. With the help of private IP address, private network, we are able to create that. See, and if you go and see the pricing of VPC endpoint, see, just go and instead of document pricing, let's see how much it charge. See, for pricing, it is having these many pricing. For first PB is like a private link something. So for first PB it's only $0.01. Next 4 it's this much. Any other more than 5 it's this much. And let's see the charges of NAT gateway. NAT gateway pricing. Are you able to understand the problem? What mistake I was doing here? The
Yes.
credential is still required to travel outside the network and do the authentication. Okay, so that's the only problem we were doing, but still we are able to access without the NAT gateway. And let's just see, not VPC pricing. Yes, this is the NAT gateway pricing. See, for first R it is taking $0.045, and here it is for first link it's $0.01. So cheaper than the NAT gateway. So understood, it is charging hourly basis, it is charging the endpoint that for link basis. Okay, so this is the benefit of endpoint we can access, but that's only for some of the limited services, not for all the services. Okay, so when you want to access the services from the private machine, you can access with the help of endpoint. Okay, now any doubt?
No.
Okay,
No.
chalo. So next is VPC flow log. Okay, now what is the meaning of VPC flow log? What is the use case? Any idea about that? See, in AWS, we have a service called CloudWatch. Under that CloudWatch, we can monitor each of the services, right? And how to monitor that? We just need to enable at each of the services, and we are able to monitor it. But if you go inside the VPC, any of the VPC, see, it will not have in any of the CloudWatch thing. You can't just directly go and monitor that. Just like the EC2, if you go and select that, you will have this monitor tab and it will show you all the statistics related with your virtual machine like that. But here, you don't have anything like that. Right? See, you don't have anything. So if you want to monitor your network also, like network means what all are the resources present inside your network, and if anything goes wrong into your network, like for example, see, we are having this image, right? And under this image, let's just someone is people are accessing from outside here, right? And there might be a chances from internet some of the unauthorized person are getting inside, and if we wanted to monitor that, so how to monitor that? Because so to log that network traffic, that who is coming inside, what activity they are performing, we have one another service called as VPC Flow Log, which will help us to record the networking log. Okay, only specific to the networking log or the flow path, everything, all the statistics related with the network. So if you go and see the definition, VPC flow log is a feature that enable you to capture information about the IP traffic going to and from the network interface in your VPC. Flow log data can be published to the following location. One is AWS CloudWatch and the AWS S3 and the Kinesis data warehouse. So there are three ways to log your network traffic. One is the CloudWatch logs, other one is S3, and third one is the Kinesis. So we will see the demo with CloudWatch. So we just how to do that now. Simple. First go to the CloudWatch here. Okay, under CloudWatch, just go and create a log group. So create log group. Under that log group, let me create a VPC flow log group. Okay, and see, now these are the retention period, the logs, for how many times and how many days you want to make that logs available with you. So these accordingly, the days you will select, it will charge you. Okay, so I don't want to select any of that. Let's just select the 1 day for a safer side, and I don't want to encrypt that right now. Otherwise you can go and give your ARN of your KMS key and you can encrypt that also. So just simply go and create that. So we have created a flow log. Now go to the VPC. Under the VPC you will get this option flow log. So go and create a flow log. Okay, and let me give that my flow log any name. And what I want to do, I want to record all type of traffic, not accept, not reject, all type of traffic. Okay, maximum aggregation interval is like the maximum interval of time during which the flow log of the package is captured and aggregated into a flow log record, like every 10 minutes or every 1 minute. So I want every 1 minute for as of now. Okay, we have now another four options available where you want to record this logs. Earlier there were only two options available, one was the CloudWatch and other one is the S3. Now they have added the Kinesis firewall for the same account and for the different account also, but right now I just want to go with the CloudWatch only. And what is the CloudWatch flow log group we have created? This is the flow log group we have created. Now see this option, why required role here? Why is this important? What do you think?
Because with only this help we can connect EC2 with S3
Arena.
roles.
EC2 S3 is a different part where we were having an example. It's like, see, IAM role का purpose क्या है? When
दो
two
चीजों
services
को जोड़ना.
जोड़ना. So यहाँ पे EC2 से S3 बात करना चाह रहा था, तो we have created a IAM role for EC2 and S3. But here what is happening? Here EC2 is trying to write the logs inside the CloudWatch. So what two services wants to
Oh,
communicate?
okay.
VPC से
Okay.
CloudWatch को communicate करना है. Always
Okay.
understand the flow. VPC is going towards the CloudWatch. So one will be the initial service which is trying to access that. अगर आप इसको उल्टा बना दोगे, so you won't be able to achieve the task what you are trying to achieve. Always remember the flow वैसा ही होना चाहिए जिस flow में आपको उसको रिकॉर्ड करवाना है, right? ऐसा नहीं है कि if you try and connect see, अगर रोल आपने S3 से EC2 की तरफ बना दिया, so you won't be able to access that. No, always EC2 से S3 बनाना पड़ेगा अगर if you are trying to access S3 from EC2. Okay, so same way हमको यहाँ पे permission set करनी है. Let's just see the permission set permission option, and it is giving, see, create a role. It is giving me the option to create a role. Just create a role, and what I'm trying to access is I'm trying to access that CloudWatch from my VPC. So right now by default it is giving two permission, but you can go ahead and select your own permission own machine. That's a, so VPC is trying to access what? VPC is trying to access CloudWatch. So what I'll select?
Cloud.
Yes. Use case for this another service. No, I don't. I just want to select that. It is saying that please select the use case. No, I don't want to select the use case. I want to select the VPC. Then it is saying that transit gateway, site to site VPN, VPC IP address manager. Let's just select that. I am not sure whether this will be the correct option or not, but let's see what it is trying to access. No, 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 this is not the correct way to assign the permission. No, 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 this is not the way. Leave that. Let's just go and set up the permission, and under that how to set up that permission. Just mute yourself please, someone who is unmute. Okay, so I want to access that. Okay, which service I want to select, which permission. VPC Flow. These are the lab which we don't perform regularly, so sometimes it's very difficult to remember all those things. That's it. Flow log. This is the steps, not this one. I want AWS official document. Yeah, this one. Okay, it is saying you go and create a role like that. I am role, create a policy, under that policy. Acha, okay. Okay, so this is how we need to create. It is saying go and create a policy, your own policy. That policy which is having full permission of, let's just have full permission of cloud formation, sorry, flow log. So policy and create policy. So under that policy, choose permission, policy, VPC flow log is we can select, or directly we'll select the VPC. Okay, let's just type that in the JSON, the same policy. Let's take that. Okay, okay, copy that and ensure that your role has the following trusted policy. Yes, okay, I got that. So what we need to do, we need to create a policy. Internet is again very slow. So I'll copy and paste the policy. Next, the name of the policy is CloudWatch 2 VPC. Okay, flow log. Create policy. So what we have done, we have created one policy. Now just go and create one role, which role should have this policy. Now create a role, and under that role, create role, and custom trusted policy. Under that option you can paste this. Okay, and what it is saying, it is having some problem in version. I guess they have a problem. Okay, what is one error? JSON is having some issue, fix that. Okay, maybe one curly braces is missing. Yes, this is the problem. Okay, now next, it is saying now attach the policy. Okay, so just select that policy which you have just created, and next, and just give the name of the role, VPC Flow Log and CloudWatch communication, and see. Now what is happening here, I'll show you. Let me just quickly create this role, then you will understand what I'm trying to achieve. See, we have created one role. Let me just open that role for you. Where is that? View role. See, the VPC flow log is trying to access what? CloudWatch. Now the problem is we can't create directly that option because it is not having that option directly available, which I was trying to achieve here. See, when I'm clicking on this create option, that commonly used service is not having that directly use that VPC option here, right? So if I want to make that connection, so what I did, I created one trusted role. Trusted role again is this option. It is saying allow service. What service? This service, flow log. So for flow log service, which policy we want to give? We want to give this CloudWatch policy option. So these are the policy are readily available, or you can go ahead and create your own policy also. That's not the issue. Okay, when you are very good in the policy selection, then you can go ahead and create that. Otherwise, some of the readily available options are also available, so you can go ahead and use that. The only thing is that you should be aware what you are trying to achieve. That's it. So now we have this VPC Flow Log CloudWatch policy available. Now see here, log record format, in which format you want to record your log. You can customize also according to your option, like what all are the information you want, and I am just going with the default format right now. So just create a flow log. So we have created a flow log, and if you go inside this CloudWatch, see under this, just go and see, right now we don't have any log stream available here. Okay, then we need to generate the log stream. How to generate? Just go and create machines inside the this VPC. So we already have those machines available in my VPC. So I'll just go and log in into that machine, and I'll generate some of the network traffic, like a Google, see, ping google.com. Okay, so these are my network traffic I have achieved. Now let me ping some yahoo.com. Sorry. So it is pinging. So just wait and refresh here. See, right now automatically this is so quick. See here, just go and see, it is generating some data. It will generate, it's like it there you have connected, and now you are trying to generate some data. Now just again stop that and refresh this. Yeah. And just try to connect with the machine. Let's just try to connect with the machine. SSH -I prepare EC2 user add. Let me try to ping the other machine from here. So let's just copy the private IP and try to paste that. Okay, the ping is not working because the ICMP port is not enabled, or the internet access is not there, so that's not the problem. But at least we are trying to generate some of the network traffic. Okay, internet connection is not there, so let me ping to Google. Still it is not giving response. That's fine, we will not get that any response. Let exit here and try to ping 10.0.1.241, enter. So it will again not ping. Yes, now we have done so many changes in the network. Now let's go and refresh this. See, started recording. Right now it's not having any data which will help us to generate the log, but you will see all the logs here. So see, yes, now we have another machine's record. Yeah, this one. That's what I was trying to explain. See, these are the records which is being generated in 1 minute time, right? See, you can see that how much records they have generated. So we can take this record and we can apply our some filtration or query also, and we can analyze this. So there is no problem. We can go ahead and create a matrix filter also. Lot of things we can do. We can copy the search result in the CSV, or we can download the result into the CSV, and we can analyze that. So these are something like a person who is a network administrator, they can understand more. We can also understand, but they can understand more. So, and one more thing, if you have two machines, So it will generate the two log record for different, each machine will have a each records. See the machine which is see the private machine is having less record, and if you go and see the other one, first one, as the public machine we have generated lot of records, so it will show. See right now if you see the latest timing is 6:32, right? If we'll go again and create some ping and ping thing, let's just ping this, and let's ping to Google also. Like this. So we have generated more record, and see and refresh here. Let's see. It will generate in 1 or 2 minutes. I just want last 1 minute of data. Retry. In last 1 minute, see 8:31, right? Earlier we were having 6:32, now 8:31. So these are some of the record which has been recently generated these months. So understood the purpose of flow log and how it perform.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so we have seen two important things, that is VPC endpoint and VPC flow log today, right? There are a little bit big labs, that's why it takes time. And now let's just understand very small 2-3 topics. One is VPC direct connect. Now what is the meaning of VPC direct connect? What do you understand by VPC direct connect? Any idea? Okay, so VPC Direct Connect is like, see, right now we have this VPC network. Okay, VPC network, not a VPC network. We have a AWS infra. Okay, we have a lot of services available here. We do have some of the storage or some of the services in my on premises. Okay, on prem. Now, if there are my storage and there are my infrastructure available, so definitely they both wants to communicate with each other. So we can create a lot of the connection with lot of ways, but that connection will be slow because it has to travel over and over internet. And if that AWS infra is in US region and the on-prem is in India region, so again the network bandwidth will be choke. It's very difficult to communicate with each other. So what we have, alternate option. See, AWS Direct Connect make it easy to establish a dedicated connection from an on-premises network to one or more VPC in the same region using private VIF on Direct Connect. You can establish private connectivity between AWS and your data center, office, or colocation environment as shown in the figure. See, we have a customer network, like this is my on-premises network, and we have a VPC available here. So what we'll do, we will create a LAN. It's like a physical LAN connection we create between these. We just attach with the help of cables, and with that cable our data center will be connected with the AWS data center also. So understood what is the purpose and the use case of direct connect? I won't be able to show you the practical demo here because we don't have, but the understanding the concept is more important for some of the topic. So use case, did you understand or still have doubt in direct connect? Great. So this is about the direct connect where we connect directly with the our data center and the VPC network with the help of private link, that cable. Okay, so this is direct connect. Now next point is we have AWS Transit Gateway. Now what is the Transit Gateway? But before understanding the Transit Gateway, let's just have the one more concept. See, you remember the VPC pairing, right? Where VPC A and VPC B, this is my VPC A and this is my VPC B. So if my VPC A and B wants to communicate with each other, what we do, we create one VPC pairing between them. For example, if we have a VPC C, so what do you think? What could be the possible way? Like if this connection will happen, like I created a VPC B to C, VPC pairing I have done. So what do you think? Is VPC A resource can connect with the VPC C? Yes or no? Again, do you want me to repeat the question?
So you're saying A will able to connect with C, right?
Yes, like for example, we have one EC2 machine here. We have one EC2 machine here. So definitely they both are VPC paired, so they both can communicate with each other. Okay. Now again we have one EC2 machine here. So if B this machine wants to communicate with each other, they will be able to communicate also because we have created one VPC pairing here also. Now what if I want to connect this? Is this possible right now?
I don't think so right now it's possible, but we can do it with B.
Yeah, but unnecessary we need to travel all the way long. But why can't we access this A and C automatically? Because see, anyways, this A is connected with B and B is connected with C. So why can't we access this directly? Is this possible?
I don't think so, but
Yes,
maybe.
it's correct. No, it's not possible. If
Yeah.
you want to access A to C, these connection, if you want to establish, you have to create another VPC pairing between A to C.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like the round and round again and again you are creating. Suppose there will be another VPC D, then again they all three wants to communicate with each other, then again three more VPC pairing you need to create, and again suppose there is a VPC E and there is a
Okay.
VPC F. So it's like so much of transaction is happening in the network. Too much confusion, even though you will not be understand, even traffic also get confused, right? So, is there any another way to communicate and do that part? Yes. We have one more service that is called as a transit gateway. Okay. So, what is transit gateway? So, this is my transit gateway like this. If there are a lot of VPCs, what we do, we can create here with this example only. Let me just have show you. See, I have the 6 VPCs, and if I want to make them communicate with each other, what I'll do, I'll create one transit gateway somewhere in the middle like this. Okay, and I'll connect all the VPC with this transit gateway like this. So only one way traffic I'm connecting like this. Okay, like this. So with because of this transit gateway, all the VPC will be able to communicate with each other. Even we can create one more transit gateway like this, and if we can create more VPCs and we can attach that, and what we can do, we can attach this transit gateway also together. So again they all will communicate it with each other. Understood the purpose and the concept? See here.
Yes. It's kind of route table, right?
Yes, kind of
Route table, sorry.
routing only, but it's like a gateway. Behaving as a gateway. Route table is like we are giving the path.
Giving.
Yes, and let's just understand. A transit gateway is a network transit hub that you can use to interact your virtual private cloud and on-premises network also. As your cloud infrastructure expand globally, inter-region peering connection transit gateway together. It's like, see, there are a lot of networks we have created, and at least they should communicate with each other internally. So the transit gateway help us to communicate and make that connection establishment with the help of with single gateway, instead of creating a lot of gateway and updating our route tables and creating a peering, all those things. Understood till here? Any doubt in the transit gateway part?
We also have to give them the route tables.
Route table, it's like, see, transit gateway itself has their own route table. Like a transit gateway has a default route table and can optionally have additional route tables. Route table
Okay, so it's
include a,
automatically create the route table.
yes, it's
Okay.
having a inbuilt functionality. They have designed that, but
Okay.
still you want to make some of the additional option in your route that no, this traffic is wrong. I want to go with the specific traffic. All the stuffs you can perform.
Okay.
So that's not like they are bounding you, but it's like they are giving some default functionality also, just to make your life easy.
Okay.
Okay, you can also connect your direct, see, what all are the things you can attach. You can attach one or more VPC, you can attach the SD WAN or third party network appliances, you can attach a direct connect also, you can attach a peering connection of another transit gateway. VPN connectivity also can be done. So these are the things which you can attach with the transit gateway to make your network communicate with each other. Okay, so understood till here?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so now let's have one another concept we have, that is this one, egress only internet gateway. See, the internet gateway which we have learned till here, what is the purpose of internet gateway? Like this, we have
To
given,
connect with public.
right, no, it's like we are just giving a internet access to our VPC, not exactly the public. Yes, you are correct with that, but the main agenda and the purpose of internet gateway is to give the internet access to my network. That's it, simple. Now the internet gateway option which is available till now is for the IPv4. We have another internet gateway, that is the egress only internet gateway, that is specifically designed for the IPv6. See, if I'll go and create a egress only, see, so that is for the creation is same, everything will be same, you will not understand the difference also. See, but the actual working is for the IPv6 traffic. Internet gateway handles IPv4 traffic. Egress only internet gateway is horizontally scaled and redundant and highly available VPC component that allow outbound communication over IPv6 from the instance, your VPC, to internet. That's the main purpose. See, like this, the IPv6. And if you go with the AWS internet gateway, and let's just open that, it will have this. See, here you don't have any kind of option, it's like it's only specific for the IPv4. Internet gateway provide a target in your VPC route table for communication using IPv4. The internet gateway also perform a NAT for communication IPv6. NAT is not needed because IPv6 address is public. Okay, so it's like just a theory part, but here if you go and see, they have mentioned one line for communication using IPv4, and here for communication using, where is that, IPv6. Understood? Egress only internet gateway is used with IPv6 traffic only. Any doubt?
No.
Okay, so we have one more concept. Did you remember that NACL section? What is the use case of NACL? It was blocking traffic at subnet level, right?
Yes.
So what happened here is, I'll tell you, if you remember the demo which I have shown you. See, we were having this VPC, okay, and we are having these two subnets like that, okay, and here we were trying to take the RDP into that machine, right? What we did is, at NACL level, I denied 3389. 3389 is denied. So we are not able to take the RDP into that, right? At inbound. But if we have allowed RDP here instead of deny, we have allowed. Even that also we are not able to take the RDP inside that. So to avoid that, what I did in outbound, by default, just for the demo purpose, I allowed all the ports, allowed all, star and star. Did you remember that? Just I was only shown you the inbound demo, right? Let's just quickly go and see that practically here also. See, here in the NACL, what I did, I created my custom NACL, and let me associate the subnets. Let's just subnet association. Okay, I did that. Let me go and associate my both the subnets and save the changes. And in inbound, what I do, I allowed RDP, like what we have right now, Linux machine. So what I'll do, I'll remove that and add the SSH here. Rule number is 100, and under SSH port, what I did, I allowed, simply just allow. And in outbound, I am not doing anything, okay? Just all traffic which I have allowed, I'll remove that, okay? This part I'll remove and save the changes. So this was my default NACL status, okay? Now if I'll go and try to access my machine, see, I'm not able to get the response, right? Even though if I try and attach that outbound and edit outbound, add new option, and let me add the 100 port for the SSH also, allow, I'm allowing it, but still it won't allow me. Even if I'll type R again, it won't allow me. This was the problem. So for doing that, what I did, I allowed all the traffic outbound, all. I'll go and all TCP and allow, save. So if I'll do that, I will be able, I should able to get did I allow yeah, all traffic or not all TCP. I want to allow the all traffic, allow, save. Now just go and copy here R, okay, copy and see, while allowing the all the traffic here in the outbound here, it allowed access to the machine, like it got respond. So with this, what we understood, the traffic which is going inside with the port 22 is not responding back with the traffic from the port 22. We can fix that. The output port also we can fix, but right now it's like a custom port. It is taking any of the port. Like, what is the meaning of ephemeral port? Ephemeral, what is the meaning of that word ephemeral? It's kind of like a apatkaleen, like emergency ports things. So if you go and see the ephemeral, where is that? This is not this one. Where I have opened that document? Did I? Okay. Okay. Leave that. See, under ephemeral, it will show you. See, uh, ephemeral port is a communication endpoint port for a transport layer protocol of the internet protocol suits that it is used for only for a short period of time for a duration of a communication session. Like for example, it's like when the traffic is coming out of that network like this. See here the is this the network? No, no, this is the network. See, the simple point is like this. Other traffic, no, 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 no. I want to show you the exact. See, whenever the traffic come inside, it goes outside also. So the problem is here right now is inbound is open, but the outbound is not open because the outbound traffic and the port is still not fixed from which port it has to go out. Most of the time the ports are same, the traffic which come inside with the port and it goes out with the same port, but sometimes it's not. So it's like we have a ephemeral ports available in every machine. Those ports are only for the emergency purpose where you want to get the traffic outside of your machine for some of the time, like a temporary time, like for that emergency situation. So we have a list of ephemeral ports available which are dedicated for the purpose of performing these tasks. Like these are the ephemeral port. I updated this link already inside this in our links section. Here you will get that. So here just read this article and understand. Example, NACL is preceding section user and ephemeral port ranges. This is the ephemeral port. Ephemeral port are like a blank port which is available. You can go and use that. However, you might want to use the different range of NACL depending on the type of client that you are using or with which you are communicating. The client that initiated the request choose the ephemeral port range. So they have dedicated some of the ephemeral port range also. Like many Linux kernel is having this port range. Okay, Linux kernel, which one? That is specifically the Amazon Linux kernel. Request originating from ELB use these port. Okay, Windows operating system through the Windows server use this port. Windows Server 2008 and the later version will use these port. NAT gateway use these port and the Lambda use this port. So what you need to do, just go and copy these port like that, and instead of that all traffic allowed outbound, what you can do, you can go and mention your own ports also. Edit, instead of this I want all TCP is that, I guess. No, it is not taking all custom protocol, and I want to fix my own custom TCP. Yeah, this is my range, and save that. And if I'll go and again exit and again log in, okay, we have mentioned the port. See, we are still able to log in that. So understood the concept of ephemeral port. It's kind of a temporary ports.
Yes, but I have to read the article.
Yes, just go ahead and understand that, so you will get more idea. So with this we have completed lot of topics here. Now, thanks for watching. Please subscribe my channel.